I need a mic, right? Thank you.
Hmm.
Now it's definitely on.
There you go.
I know. Can't have that happening. All
Hmm.
right. Let me see here.
Deep water heist.
Yes. Water
All
deep.
right. Yep. It definitely works. Okay. So your mic is on. That's good. Nice. We don't have to worry about you talking for 20 minutes and then someone goes, "Hey, we can't hear you." Mm.
Okay. Cool. Got that up. Just give me a moment to get everything else. We'll be good to go. Does anybody want to give a recap as I'm doing the last adjustments here?
Kind of remember some of it. I do remember we had some breakfast and cleaned up in the morning.
Yep.
Hmm.
And
Uh,
that
that was
was
relatively uneventful, but we
Yeah.
eventually
that was
went
here.
to, well, there was a, Silix did have a weird moment, an unusual moment. He was standing by the door, and he was just staring at somebody else that was eating there. What happened, Silix? Anyhow,
I think he was just being an
I was enjoying his
unknowing
Definitely
him.
water.
being weird.
Yeah, he's just enjoying his water, standing there. Like I think he was like observing one of the other groups that was having breakfast or something. But eventually, we finished up and went to the ship of the pirate captain we met the night before, Captain Zordis.
Yep.
We got to the ship. We went through the docks, or we were basically at the docks. The yawning portal is right there, anyways. So we got on the ship and kind of talked to some of the crewmen. Eventually, we're escorted down, or told to head downstairs. There was a lot of unusual stuff on the boat. There's like in one of the hold areas we passed through, there was like some statues, some like spider statues that were freaky, and we poked our noses around a little bit before we got downstairs and sat down at the table with the captain. Um, who had two friends there, two companions there as well. We started talking for a little bit, and then the captain was called away. And then not Destina, sorry. Uh, Dawn and Drakthol
Hmm.
snuck away and went down another level. And when they were down there, they looked around and found a room where there was a drow kneeling at a statue of something. Um, and so they snuck back to us. We were able to keep everyone distracted. And Captain Zordis asked us to try and confirm if a Manchun, who's the leader of the Zentarum, is somehow in town in Waterdeep somewhere. Uh, Not usually around, and he's a sneaky fellow, so it's that's the job that he offered us.
Yeah, so he heard rumors, right? Or his, let's just say his peoples have heard rumors that there might be somebody like that around. And those rumors are leading to this place called Kalot Towers, which is in the South Ward, which is right next to the dock Ward, by the way, which is where you guys are at. So it's not too far away. It's probably like, I don't know, 10 blocks or so, right? Um, he told you guys that, and he says that he can probably help you, right? Help you guys, um, because he heard the story of what happened and your friends, and he says he knows an acquaintance of his that can possibly help you get your friends back, right? But he wants you to do this service for him, and so he wants you to basically just investigate the Zentrum, right? and see if you can find out and confirm if this person is somewhere in town. And if you can confirm it, try to bring back some kind of proof, right? So that's what he's asking you at the moment. But you do find it a bit odd when you went onto the ship and when you went down into this kind of like underwater ship. You think it's probably a submarine of some kind when you went down there. It's not like uncommon, but it's pretty uncommon in areas like this, right? Because this kind of technology isn't usually found on the Sword Coast. So, and you notice it's a bit strange down there, as if something's being concealed, right? And not being known to you all. Okay. But yeah, this figure is telling you, hey, you do this for me, I can help you with your friends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this is where you find you guys. I remember you guys were practically just getting off the ship. So if you want to look, this is kind of what it looks like where the dock is. There's like two different ships I mentioned. You went on the one on the left side of the map. And now you're kind of jumping off, and then obviously you can walk into town, right? Southward. Yep. Cedric kind of knows this place, okay? So he kind of knows where to go. And before you guys are leaving off of the ship, one of the captain's mates stops you all for a moment. And he says, hey, do you know where to go?
What do you mean? Where to start to work? Or
do you
know
where the Kalot towers are? That the captain mentioned.
Ah. Okay, so his crew does know about the job. Okay.
Yep.
Does anyone have a map? I mean, I'm sort of familiar, but I don't live here. If you guys have a map or something.
Yeah, so he takes out because he has one, and the other mates have one too. And when he does that, you find it odd. Like he's well prepared for some reason. So let me see if I can get that for you. All right, so
is this one of the people that we saw on deck earlier, or is it one of the guys who was down in the dining area that we passed through, or is this someone completely new?
This is the guy that greeted you on the ship, by the way. So he greeted you on the ship. This is not the best version of this. Let me see if I can find a better map for you guys, so you can see it a little bit better. Here we go. I think this will be a better one. I'll drop that into Discord as well. There you go. Okay, so he gives you a map, and you guys are in the dock ward at the moment. Okay. And then he says, Kalot Towers is right on the edge of Southward. So where you're all at, all you have to do is kind of go like southwest. So you're probably right around here, and you got to go like right down here, okay, to get to the towers. So this is where it's at, okay.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, nothing seemed to go my way.
All right. And he also warns you. He says, you won't be able to get into the towers without trying to get in with one of them. And he mentions when he says one of them, you know, like some kind of like Zenterm agent, right? That might be want to like hire you or something. He says there's a field outside of it, a force field. You will see it because you'll notice the animals nearby. Okay.
You mean animals that are, they stop going closer because of it?
All the birds on the ground.
Oh,
Mm.
oh.
Yeah, they don't notice the field and they go crashing into it.
Man, that's so relatable.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
What is your name, sir? And thanks for the help.
Let me see if I can get that for you.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Because he does have a name. I just don't remember what it was. Okay.
Can we find that orc that we beat at arm wrestling?
We could, definitely, yeah. We could head back to the yawning portal, see if we can find that orc that was the half orc that we were arm wrestling and stuff.
You could. Yep.
Wasn't he Centurum or something?
He did mention something to Dawn and some of us, yeah.
So the man that was speaking to you says, "I'm Bregan." So he tells you his first name.
Got it.
I'm Dawn.
All right. So what's the plan now? You're gonna go back into the yawning portal to see if you could find that guy.
I guess I would ask if the other four are interested in the offer first. I guess we didn't discuss it in front of the guy so much.
Yeah, and you don't really know the two adventurers that were fighting with them when you guys met up, but you did see them kind of, disappear when that one thing happened, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it is up to the others, right?
If you want to go, if you feel like you want to look for your friends, Dractyl, I think the Sword Coast is indebted to them for what you guys did. So I think
I agree.
So we do want to start looking for this Manshun character. We didn't even get much of a description of what he looks like. Just that. And then we wanted to have proof.
Yep.
That was the other thing. We needed to bring proof that it's actually him. Somehow.
Now it's interesting because you heard they basically told you it's a rumor, right? So you probably think that they don't even know what he looks like.
A rumor that he's in town somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, somewhere meaning likely the Zentarum stronghold, but there's no proof that he's actually there yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think, Don?
You probably knew Zarek. You knew Zarek. Oh, never mind.
She probably don't care about him.
I was asking more about the Zentrum if Don would know anything.
She more than likely would know some stuff.
When they get
if
back,
Don
one
is
day.
there, if you're muted.
One day. I believe.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, now I can hear everybody again. That was weird.
Welcome back. What'd you miss?
Welcome back. So we were saying, I was wondering if you would have an idea, considering you knew about the what were they, the Zentrum?
What do you need to know?
Well, we're trying to look for clues on where this person we're looking for would be. So
Well, Dawn wouldn't know here because she was over in They when you met her, right?
yeah, I'm
So
just saying like a lead, like where would they hide out? Like what kind of places do they look for?
so
Just depends. Yeah, I don't think Dawn would know that.
Dawn knows like basics, right? Zentrum like to hide out and set up bases in secluded areas usually, right? And so obviously if they mentioned this Kalot Tower, then you might know that some of these people know they're not going to do anything about the Zentrum unless it becomes like an issue or a problem because they're everywhere, right? They're traders. So you know that they just like to be in. And something you do know, Dunn, is that if there are Zentrum here, likely there's Zentrum all around you. They just don't reveal themselves. Okay.
They have like a more legitimate front.
It's possible
also.
they could even be store owners and stuff in the town if that's the case. Yeah.
Follow up. Does the Zentrum itself have like a front-facing, legal-ish front, and then it has all its shady, backdealing, underhanded, thieves guildy type stuff out, below that, or are they just all sneaky backroom stuff generally?
It can be either or. It just depends on the situation, right? So you don't really know much.
Yeah. So like even if we were to go ask around town about Kalot Towers, a lot of people might not know.
They will know where the towers are more than likely. They may say to stay away, or they may give you some kind of description. It really just depends on who you're talking to as well.
I say you should stay away. Those places are cursed. Cursed, I say.
If there is some kind of like force field, right, that was mentioned, then there's got to be some kind of wizard there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was just kind of my roundabout way of asking, like, is that a publicly known Zentrum area in Waterdeep, like where they have their offices and crap like that, or
no, it's not publicly known, no. Okay. But people will know what the towers are. Yeah.
Just one of those oddities in a very magical city.
Mm-hmm. You could always ask one of the guys if you see one walking around. Who knows? All right.
I don't know. The two best leads we got are Dawn and the half-orc at the moment.
Yeah, but how do you assume who to ask exactly?
Yeah.
Well, the half-orc was impressed by the arm wrestling, right? Then you guys looked strong and actually offered a job of some kind. So you do have that as a lead, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
All right.
I do worry about our goodly barbarian paladin fellow becoming, bringing along on a sneak mission. Be interesting.
You can always have them outside.
All right, guys,
or
you gotta be
something.
very quiet. All we hear is someone raging in the background, screaming.
All right. All right. So what are you doing? You gonna try to head straight to the towers, or are you gonna try to go back to that yearning portal and see if you could find that orc guy?
Yawning portal?
I was voting Catherine.
Yeah. We're not gonna stop for bads and all that stuff this time, I promise.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so you're heading that way, right? I'm assuming everybody's going. Okay. You can roll perception if you want.
All right, perception. My least. Oh no! I thought I got a 20. No, it landed on 2. I'm just staring at my feet.
15.
15.
So-
Okay.
Yo, guys, do you guys ever notice that
have.
the street is made of gravel?
What did
I
everybody
have an
else say?
unnatural 20.
Okay. So, as you're walking, you notice an interesting character, right? He's got a mace. He's walking around the docks. He actually sees you guys walking away from that ship. Okay, and he's kind of like staring at you guys a little bit, and he's got this snake on his arm that looks like a flying snake. Okay.
Oh, great.
And it's some kind of familiar, right? So if you want, you can roll for. So if you got a 15 or higher, you can roll for history, if you want.
Ragdoll's too busy staring at the ground.
That's some good ground.
It's some good gravel, man.
I don't know how, but I got a 20 on this one. Again. It wasn't a nat 20.
Okay. Lost a d20. Might have to use a random dice generator then.
Yeah.
Okay, so Magrea, you know that you probably heard something from Zarek a long time ago that you remember, right? Even though you didn't know him for very long while you were in Chult. And the Zentarum, most of their familiars are flying snakes.
Yeah, Zarek definitely said that. I guess she points it out to Dawn quietly.
Okay, she would know that. She would know that.
Just randomly. Oh yeah, guys, did you guys know that flying snakes are the thing that the Zentrum have?
No, I think it would be more like, oh, do you see that guy's familiar? You know, I've heard that they are often preferred by the Zentrum.
Man, we need to find more money. Hey, did you guys know that flying snakes are there?
They're also pretty common in Chult.
Common and Schultz, you
All
say.
coming together.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, so you would know that then, Don, right? The only thing I don't like about the D10s, you can't roll a 1. And we need 1s.
Mandrea's good at that. We're good.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I already got my 2 20s in for the day, so.
you gonna leave this guy be? You gonna say something? You're just gonna keep going to the yearning portal? Look for that orc?
Oh, I thought that was the orc.
No, that's actually a different guy. That's some human.
No.
Do you guys want to approach this guy? Or, I mean, but he was watching the boat, right?
Yep. He saw you guys come off the boat.
Ragdoll has no idea what's going on. He's too busy staring at the road.
Wait, what did you roll for perception?
2. If I rolled a 1, I would have just been like, "Oh, he was staring at the sky and he fell off the fell off the pier."
That's insane.
Does it seem like the guy was actually? If we start heading back towards the tavern, can Cedric try and keep an eye to see if the guy follows them?
Yeah, you could try to do that. Sure. Okay.
Unless somebody wants to approach him right now, that's fine too.
I mean, oh,
So that's what you're gonna do. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys continue to go. It looks like he's walking away, right, in a different direction as that's happening.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh yeah.
All
Do we
right.
want to go running after him now?
Yeah, you'll just leave me here. Don't worry. I'll make sure that this piece of gravel won't move.
don't separate the party.
Maybe. I mean, Dracul,
You
would you
need
be
me to
interested in
scream for
a?
help.
Would you be interested in a solo stealth mission? Or this is all out of character, but I'm.
Oh, a solo stealth mission? Sure, why not?
Would you guys? What if we had our sneaky warlock tail this guy? See.
I mean, if you want me to be in my sneak form, I could just give you guys my book and then I'll be in my other character form. But I'm not doing that.
Wait, what book? What?
You'll find out one day.
We
Okay.
sneak along too. I mean, is there anything to hide behind going that direction, Ruff?
He's heading southeast.
Are there any like boxes, a big crowd,
Yeah, yeah.
merchants that look
There's
angry?
there's quite a bit of people actually. So if you tried to be stealthy, you might do pretty well in following them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And there are like barrels and all different kinds of things all over the place. Yep.
Let's roll stealth. How about that?
All right.
Maybe Dracul and Dawn sneak off again. Two-person sneak mission again.
Good.
Mhm. Yeah.
They are the stealth
Do
team.
that.
We have. Do we still have? We have sending stones, so they can contact us. Wait, who had? Oh, I know we do this every time. Who has the sending stones?
You know it's gonna
I know
sound.
I have one.
It's gonna.
The sending stone. My old character had the sending stone, but
Christina
who
had the- Oh crud! So Dracul has one sending stone, and we have
The
no.
one that I have is, I think, the one that Destina had,
Uh,
and I feel like the other one was on
two
Tuban. Yeah.
And then Zarek had his own. So okay, so
Mhm.
we have one walkie-talkie with no receiver.
With no receiver. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Well,
Wait, did we ever try to contact Tuban with the sending stone?
No, you haven't.
Huh.
Does it actually work in between planes or no?
Yes, it does.
I think
Oh, it does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it wouldn't.
You don't remember Baldur's Gate 3 with Will's Eye? Come on now.
I don't remember. No.
Sending stones. Whoever has the other ones, you can contact them. Normally.
Hmm.
well, Tuban is currently in a cage, so I don't know if he'd have it, but you never know. Maybe.
Yep.
Just contacts Tuban for just the dumbest questions. Tuban, should I have bread or should I have sausage for dinner? He's just sitting
Papadums or bread? Papadums or bread?
noodles, more noodles.
Are you gonna try to contact them?
Do you want us to play with the sending stone while you guys chase after him? Do that.
Yeah.
I think the stealthing might be the more important thing right now.
Yeah, we can play with the stones later. We'll meet
Yeah.
you back at the yawning portal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are splitting up.
Sweating along. Clouds.
All right. So
Yeah,
who
it's hard for a barbarian and a cleric in plate armor to do any sneaky, stealthy stuff.
so who are
What
who
you
are the
talking-
two that are going right now? Going
Me
after
and
that
Dawn,
dude.
I believe.
Okay. Are you gonna cast any spells, or are you just gonna try to stealth it?
Stealth.
What do you think, Dom? Just stealth it?
Well, I don't have any other choice. You're the one with all the spells. You got any bright ideas?
I have invisibility, dude. Come on.
Can you make us both invisible?
Yes, I can make the entire party invisible.
Oh, excellent. Let's do that.
All right, cast invisibility. Boop. Now we're gonna be invisible for about an hour.
Sweet.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you don't have to worry about rolling stealth. Nobody even notices you as long as you don't bump into somebody, right? As you're walking. You notice that as you're following, you kind of have to dodge people though, because they don't see you.
Actually, I don't. I can just fly over them.
Oh, good for you. So yeah, you're doing that, and you're kind of following this guy, and this guy he stops into a shop, right? As you,
Actually, question.
Mhm.
With my winged boots, am I able to carry a person while flying, or would that not work?
you could, depending on the weight and your strength.
How much does Dawn weigh then? Because then she
Flying
if we do-
piggyback.
Yeah, pretty much. Because then
Whoa.
we wouldn't have to worry about separating because we're invisible. How would we
Yeah.
even see each other if we're following?
Yeah, that's true.
He's not exactly a huge human, but a normal sized human. 120 pounds or something.
What's your
Yeah, that should be
strength,
fine.
Drakthal?
My strength is 10. It's just basic.
Okay. Let me see. Let's see what your carrying capacity is. 150
climb.
pounds.
Is it
Grab.
150?
Yeah, so as long as Don is like 120 or so, 130, you're fine, considering your
Alright.
equipment on you and stuff. Which sounds about right, For
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, it should be possible.
All right, then I guess me and Dawn will be flying then.
Okay.
Alright. No bumping into nobody. Hey.
All right. Yeah, so as you're flying, the guy, he stops into a shop real quick. And I don't know if you want to go into the shop or not. Up to you.
Oh yeah, we're going into the shop.
Okay. So yeah, you go into the shop. Just fly down, you kind of walk in. Well, you don't just walk in, because obviously the door shuts, right? When he opens the door and walks in, and then it shuts behind him. So are you going to try to open the door to go in? It's a very small shop, by the way. So you think that if you open the door, they're going to be kind of like suspicious, like, what opened the door? You know what I mean?
Do I see a cat around or any other sort of wild animal?
Around you? Well,
Yeah.
roll perception.
15?
Okay. You see like pigeons and stuff, right? Sitting on the roofs. You look around, people are walking their dogs, right? There's like a couple walking a dog. Don't really see any cats or anything else like that at the moment. Unless you might want to go into an alley or something to try to look for one.
I think I will. Is there one nearby?
Yeah, there's always like these little kind of like cuts that go into the alleys between like the buildings and shops. You can try to look there if you want. You gonna roll perception again for that?
Or surely. So,
Go for it.
12.
12. You don't spot one.
Draxel, I don't see any wild animals that are available for distraction. You got any good ideas?
You could try to stealth in, open it like quietly and sneak in if you want.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, you can roll stealth if you want.
All right. I got a 21. Nice.
21. Okay. All right. What about done?
16.
16. I would say that's pretty good. Okay. So you get in and nobody notices you when that happens because
Nice.
you're quiet about it. All right, let's switch over to the others real quick. Okay, so the rest of you decided to go what? Back here to the yawning portal. Okay. And what exactly are you trying to do? You're trying to look for that one guy?
Yeah, maybe look for the half-orc that Cyclix and Dawn arm wrestled last night.
Yeah, I'm one.
Okay. Yeah, so
And
the three of you walk in, and you notice that 3 crowd again. They're ignoring you, though. That Cyricist sees you again and gives you a look. like a look, you know what I mean? All right. So what you gonna do now? You're gonna look for that orc. So when you saw the orc last time, he came down from the top before.
And Cedric try and like flash her a smile
Yeah,
awkwardly.
if you want to.
Okay. He's gonna like tip his cap, or yeah, might as well, and just try and be like, sorry for last night, a little intoxicated. Sorry about your dead god, and then moves on.
Okay. She found that very strange, right? Coming from someone, you know. You could see she's a little confused when you do that. Okay.
That -1 intelligence, -2 charisma kicking in.
Okay.
Gee, you got no charisma. That's what Dracula's for, though.
All right. So you do notice the orc again, right? He's up high though, and you see him up there. You're gonna try to go up there to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you go up there, and he's sitting there drinking some mead, having a good time, and he's actually standing right next to some kind of like smallish kind of human. Okay, so you go up here, right? So you make your way around, you get on top. Okay. And he's like, "Hey, it's you guys. Where'd the tough ones go? There he is. Here's one of the guys. What about your other one?"
She's exploring the city.
Okay. What brings you guys back here? And you could see his like voice is like all wispy and stuff from drinking too much.
Well, you and Cedric lowers his voice. Maybe walks a little closer. You mentioned some work yesterday. Offer still good?
Yeah. Could do the offer. Well, so, we're trying to get a lot more people under us here. So, I don't know if this is the place. Hold on one moment. He's like, he's turning to the guy next to him, and he's like whispering. He's like, all right, me, I'm Yagra. How about you? He wants to get to know you.
The name's Cedric.
Okay.
You call me Cyclix.
Okay.
Yeah, I am Magrea.
All right. And he's looking around, right? He's looking back and forth. And he's telling the guy next to him, he's like, hey, look, you stay here, you'll be all right. I gotta get these fellows over to my agents, right?
Is
We got
this a human? A kid?
Okay. Give me 1 minute. I don't know, my resub thing just went off twice for some weird reason, and so it was really loud. All right. What was I saying a second ago? What'd you guys say?
Yakra was telling the other guy he'd be okay, and then he was gonna bring us to his agent or something like that.
Yeah.
Cyclic said
Yeah.
something about children.
Is the small human a kid? Like, why is there a small human?
Yeah. Oh, it's a halfling. Is what you noticed.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you can throw him.
That's right.
Banzai! Yeah.
Yeah, and he's basically saying like, hey, you stay here, right? So he kind of wants to take you guys to wherever his agents are. Okay.
I have this sinking feeling we're gonna be sneaking, and then you guys just gonna bust in through the door behind us.
Yep.
perfect ambush, like we planned it.
All right.
Well, when a plan comes together.
Okay.
Thing is, Ruff doesn't realize that we do like tons of planning in a private chat that he has no idea about. We got conditions
Yeah.
and like maps.
Yeah.
We got
Totally.
combo moves, all kinds of stuff. He doesn't even realize it.
All right.
That was the funny.
Why did you tell him?
Now, before
They
you
never
guys head out with this guy, is there anything you want to do here?
We all want to take a bath one at a time, half an hour. Dinner.
Maybe.
I'm good. Sorry.
I'm just gonna say, there's 3 of us and 3 of those guys who are not nice. So just saying.
They're just having a meal.
They're just eating.
I
What they're
guess.
eating, I don't know. But it definitely smells like crap.
Do you want to? I mean, we could. Well, I don't know. I think we've already set Yagra in motion, so you just
Okay.
follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I mean, those 3 were talking about some kind of sneaky job last night, so there is that.
Sneaky sneak.
Did they look like they're celebrating? Like they had a good? That they had a? Or they're just chilling like yesterday.
they are kind of like just chilling. You've noticed.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're not really celebrating anything. You think that maybe they're looking for certain adventurers that might, for recruiting?
Oh. They're looking for friends.
You could say that. And this
But
is a good
obviously
place
not
because
Magenta.
all the adventurers in like Waterdeep, they come to this specific inn, is what you've noticed. So it is a good place to hire adventurers.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, so you guys are then, I guess, heading out.
Yeah. Oh, can I stop off at the on the way out? Mention to the owner. I think we're going to be keeping the room.
Okay. Yeah, so you can, I believe his name is Darvin, has no problem with it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. And let's head back on over. So you guys are heading out now, right? Down in Drekthal. So you're finding yourself heading southeastward, and they stopped into a shop, right? And in this shop, this guy walks up to the shopkeeper. This is what the shopkeeper looks like. Okay.
Oh God, he's up. No, I'm kidding.
It looks like
It's
that.
like coming out.
Oh God, never mind. He was. Jesus.
The shopkeeper looks like this. All right, and he's like a let me see. Pretty sure he's a gnome.
He's a gnome. Interesting.
Or is a halfling? Let me double check. He is a gnome. So you see this gnome, right? And he's tinkering with alchemy. And he has all these potions in here. Okay. So this particular gnome in this store. And there's nobody else in the store at the moment. And this agent is walking up to the gnome, and he's like, "Schemo, you have some more of those poisons I needed?" And Schemo, he's reaching under the desk, and he's given him the poisons, right? And Don and Drakthal, you see this. And then he slips Schemo, as he's given the money, a letter, okay? And he then grabs the money, and then he stashes the letter in his pocket, or the message that he got. And then that Zentrum agent takes it, and he starts to walk out. Okay? So what are you gonna do?
Huh. That's a good question.
Because this guy, he's leaving, right? But then he also slipped this letter to this guy. So if you're trying to get the letter, then you might lose track of the other guy. Unless you two want to split up.
Nah, we'll follow the other guy. Actually,
Okay.
no, that's What do you think, Don? Split up, you grab the letter, I'll follow.
Are you whispering?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna very loudly be like, "Hey, everyone! Hey, do you want to?"
Okay. If you try to whisper that, roll for stealth.
All right.
Since you're still in the shop.
17.
Okay. No problem. You're able to whisper that. The gnome doesn't notice.
Nice.
Okay. What are you gonna say,
So-
Don?
Because now I got to roll for perception now too, huh? Or
Stealth
no.
if you're trying to talk. Yeah.
How about a 5?
Mm. What did you say?
So Don says, I don't think it would be good to split up.
So the gnome doesn't exactly hear what you say, but he heard something in the shop. And so he stops doing everything that he's doing, okay? And now he's looking around, and you notice he's not really like scared or anything. He's very, very alert. Meaning like you think that maybe he is a fighter of sorts, or it has been known to fight. So he's not scared of anybody going into the shop, probably because he's used to dealing with thugs or hooligans or something like that.
All right. I'm just gonna be like, okay, this is not good. So I'm just gonna grab her arm and just go towards the other guy, like following the other guy.
So you
Try to
leave
get
you
the heck out
leave
of
out the
there.
door, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see something. All right. Yeah, so you go out. All right, so as you do that, the door opens up, right? And this gnome, he casts a spell, okay? And you know what it is, Drakthal, because you've seen it multiple times. It's detect magic, okay? And so you know that whatever this gnome's casting as you're exiting out, he doesn't have anything else to really see you with, but he wants to know if something was there. So he casts it, and he notices something was there, like someone, okay? And obviously you exited out, right? Completely? Okay. And so he kind of trails outside of the shop and is looking around. And then, because obviously the detect magic is just there for a second, and then it's gone, right? And so he doesn't know where you went. But he knows something was there after he got that message slipped to him. All right? But he doesn't know who it is. So maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I guess you're following that agent then, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you follow him, and you follow him
I,
all the way down.
while we're walking, if no one can hear, I just apologize for asking.
Okay. Yeah, you can say it no problem to her. Yeah.
Yep.
Because obviously there's like crowds and stuff, right? They don't really notice. Okay. And then the others are also walking along too. And I'm assuming that you three, Cyclix, Magrea, and Cedric are just going to follow this guy. That guy you met at the Yearning Portal. Is there anything you want to ask him as you're walking? Like things to ask him.
Yeah, like, what's the pay like? What kind of work you trying to get us to do? This is
Depends
I
on.
know you're recruiting you're recruiting adventurers, but you know, not
What
trying
kind
to
of
get into
adventure?
a war or something.
Yeah. If you're the we do smuggling. We sometimes we take things that we need to, all legitimate, of course. And he winks, right? And then he says, and then he kind of goes over and he stops from him and he whispers to you, and he says, "If you're the hire and the kill type, you'll get paid really well." Okay.
Can I get a read? Like, is he only being so frank because he's drunk, or is he always kind of like this? Can Cedric get a feel for it at all?
You think that he's usually probably the strong silent type, but once he opens up, he's a little bit more open, right? Is what you're thinking. Okay. So if you want, you could roll insight too. Get a better read on him.
Sure.
Let's read. 3
Stick like
pages
Switzerland,
later.
15. Not great.
15.
Ah, shit.
15 basically tells you that when he said the because you're doing insight, right? When he said the hiring the kill type, you notice he kind of grinned about it. You think he might be the hired to kill type.
Yeah. Makes
Okay.
sense.
All right.
Well, he likes to arm wrestle, so that means he's got strength, so it makes sense that he'd be the higher the kill type.
All right. So you still heading down? Any other questions you want to ask him?
Yeah.
What kind of hiring to kill? Like us?
Classified. Only for the job. Okay.
That's so secretive.
You could try to use your mask on him if you want.
Yes, I forgot. I keep forgetting. Yes, yes, please.
You want to do that? Okay.
Do I roll or I can't remember?
No, you don't have to roll. You just use it, right? It's kind of like detect good and evil. So you're putting your mask on as you're walking down this. Obviously, he's leading in the front, right? So his back is to you. And like the aura is like red, okay? Which basically indicates that he is probably an evil person.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Follow your heart.
And you're all around people too, by the way, as you're walking. So what are you gonna do? You gonna contain it? You think it'll bring the greater good?
He's walking down the stairs.
Down the street.
Oh, he's just walking down the street.
You guys are just walking down streets right now, heading to wherever he's taking you, to lead to these Zentrum agents that might be able to hire you.
Damn it!
If you try to start something, he won't show you where it's at, right?
Yeah, exactly. What can I
Sickly's
figure-
getting visibly agitated.
Yeah, just like I'm kind of lifting the axe, like, oh yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Maybe Cedric.
I'd be very worried about what he would see on Dractol for the book.
It's like Cedric puts his hands up. Whoa, what? Hold up, Sicklix.
Magria just kind of looks at him.
One
Well, you know-
moment, please, Yagra. One moment. Let me speak with my friend.
He didn't notice yet. Are you saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. So he
Maybe Cedric tries to usher Cyclix away a little bit. His hands are still like gripping the axe really, really tight.
hmm
Yeah, like he's focused on the guy. He's just like, oh yeah, hey Cedric, hey, and like not
Like,
even looking at him.
yeah, like one arm across his chest, trying to like slowly get him to back away from Yagura.
okay.
And then Cedric's like, hey, are you gonna be okay? We don't have to go through with this.
No, no, I just he's he's hired for kill, and that's good because he has friends that do that too, right? He's leading us to them, right?
We may. We'll see what the gods decide for us. You know how that goes. But
Oh, by the way,
now, yeah.
Yagra is a female half orc.
Oh,
Mhm.
when Cedric mentions the gods, Cyclix like looks at him and is just like, "You're correct. You're right." And like he lowers the axe.
Okay.
This is not the time and the place right now. We will be very careful going forward, but especially in order to find Legrea and Drakdol's friends, we're gonna play it cool for a bit. Yeah.
Play it cool.
Yeah, for a bit for Magrea and Draco, the friends.
You just hear in the distance, it's Drakthal, you.
I don't
What did I
think you
say?
guys are in the same spot.
Did I not say Drakdol?
Did you hear that?
No.
Did you hear Draco?
No. It's just imagination.
All right.
Okay. Okay, I
The
think
way-
I've. Thank you, Cedric.
Okay. All right. So yeah,
So
she's
Cedric tells Yakko like he's a big guy can sometimes get a little nervous around new crowds. Gets a little amped. He's great in a scuffle though. You found that out last night.
let's see. So this is the image, right? And she actually wears a pendant with the Zentrum logo on it, by the way.
Oh, she's super open about it.
Yep.
Okay.
Seems to be. All right. So yeah, you guys are heading down that way, right? Drekthal and Dawn, you follow this guy, and he's actually went to this tower, right? That was mentioned, and you can tell because it kind of like stands out on its own. And he's walking up to the front, right? And he stops completely. And when he stops completely, you notice this, right? So you can kind of see this tower, and it's got this like force field on it. Okay. And you think that this is the exact same tower that was mentioned, so you're under the impression that maybe your friends will head here soon, even though you guys are here already, right? Let me drop that in Discord as well, because that's what it looks like. It's a very thin kind of like field. Okay, you can barely see it when this guy stops in front of it. And the captain's mate that greeted you on the ship, he wasn't wrong about the animals. You see like these like birds on the side of this force field because they don't see it when they're flying. A lot of them are kind of like dead, or their necks are cracked because they ran into this force field when they were flying, right? So they don't see it. Now the Zentrum agent, he's standing in front of it, and then he's holding up his hand, okay, and he has a ring on it, and he uses this ring, and it opens up like a little way so he can walk in. Okay? And when it opens up, it sits there for a little while. So what are you going to do?
So wait, what did he do? He raised. What did he raise?
He has a ring on his
He has
hand,
a ring. Okay.
and it opened a part of that portal for him to enter.
So they have a ring that they need in order to open the portal. I mean, open the. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. Well, there's no one around now, right?
Just him. He's like walking in.
Yeah. Well, I think it might be best to pull back now. Because we probably can't get through that field without, making either A, a loud noise,
You can.
or B, alerting everyone.
So you have the option of not going, but if you want to go, you have to be quick before it closes, right? Because he's walking in. Yeah.
All right, then we'll probably try to go in. What do you think, Don?
Down there, or muted. Sad bird noises. Feels bad.
You want to just type to us what you want to do?
Did she step away?
I think she was having some more mic issues. A couple lines up. I mean, Dawn's kind of the strong silent type to begin with, so.
Sorry, I missed that. I was laughing too hard. What?
Oh, did you want to go in with Drakthal before that little hole in the portal closes, or in the force field?
Most definitely.
All right.
Okay, so you're going in. Okay.
It was so funny.
All gas, no pass.
All right, you go in real quick, but then it does close behind you. Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, if you wanted to leave, you'd have to find a means of being able to leave now, right? So you're stuck in this place. Okay. So, you guys are right outside. All right. And this is what it looks like. You're right outside of the place. All right. Give me a moment. And let's do this. Okay. What are you going to do? You saw this guy walk in.
I guess we're gonna continue to follow.
Okay.
Through the portal? Oh god. Here we go.
All right. So you guys are obviously invisible, right? Okay. So you two are going. And inside you see nice, lavish red carpet. Okay. But from the outside, this place didn't look very appealing. But when you walk at least into this area, it looks rather appealing. Okay. And you notice down here, you see some agents. You don't know who they are. Okay. They are kind of like playing a game of cards, the three of them, and you see one of them that's kind of like a guard by the door. You think that this guard is meant to make sure nobody else enters into here, okay? But this particular feller that came in here, he continued to walk, right? So let me grab, where is it? Over here. Let me see if I can replicate this guy. Just for you guys. Okay. All right. So yeah, this particular guy, he was just walking in. Okay. And he's saying hello to the person by the door. Okay. You think that these two individuals might be some kind of like higher ups, maybe? Because obviously being able to enter in and out probably is not easily done. Let's put it that way. Through these force fields. Okay. Okay. All right, so you see these agents, right? And so this guy, he's like, Sundra, everything holding up good here. Okay. So, and she's like, yeah, everything is fine. Right? And the guy continues to walk down the hallway. Okay. So, whoever this lady is by the door, her name is Sundra. And those agents that are playing a game on the table, if you want, you can try to roll for perception on that. You know what? Roll sleight of hand instead for that one.
Me and Don?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
so
both
then-
can roll for it.
Alright. 15.
9.
Okay, so Drakthal knows what game they're playing. They're playing Three Dragons Ain't at the moment. Okay, it's not really an uncommon game, but it's a kind of like gambling game. So you think that they might be gambling money with each other?
Obviously.
Yep. Okay, and if you want, roll perception as well.
Oh, great. Time to stare at the floor again. Oh, I got a 16. Okay, never mind.
Okay. You notice the woman is wearing a ring also, except it looks different.
Oh, great. Here we go.
So if it's different, it might be a different kind of ring. Let's put it that way. So it's probably not a portal ring. Or for that force field.
Dang. And the others aren't wearing rings?
No. So the other agents, they look like kind of like normal agents that are just kind of playing a game together. Okay.
Makes me question if they just put it in their pocket or something. But I'm not going to risk that right now.
Yep. All right. Okay. So.
We got a 5.
Are you going to try to snoop around, or what are you going to do?
Yep. Well, we're still invisible. Time to snoop. Let's go.
So he's just walking down the hall. What are you going to do? These,
Follow.
they don't see you. They don't know anything.
Right. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're following this guy?
Yep.
Okay. And as he's walking along, right?
Yep.
He's heading this way. Still going?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a door in front of him that leads into... Let's see. Looks maybe like some kind of like kitchen area because you smell food.
What the?
Smell food down there.
Mhm.
And then this guy, he then turns down this way. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's going
He's just
down.
unknowingly showing us the way.
Maybe. Who knows? Alright. And he's
Not
walking,
that bad.
he's walking into a hallway now. Alright? Which looks like a big, kind of like, almost like a banquet area. Where they have a bunch of food or are going to celebrate something. Okay?
Mm.
And you can see all this food everywhere. And there's a halfling at the end where all the food's at. And this guy is walking over. Okay. Are you guys still following? Okay. Okay. And you see this room, obviously. And there's nobody in it except for this halfling. Okay? And this Zen agent. And the Zen agent walks over to the halfling. And you see him reaching into his bag. Okay? And he's pulling out those poisons he got from the store owner. Okay? And he's giving them to the halfling right now. He
Story
says-
is old.
And then he's like, I got him right here. Okay? And he's like, man of fret. Do you think he's going to be pleased with this? And the little halfling is kind of excited, actually. And he's like, and he pats his like shoulder. He's reaching up really high. And he's like, oh yes, okay. And then he stores the poisons in his bag. All right. So he didn't do anything except give him poisons, and he put the poisons in the bag. He's not put in the food or anything. At least not yet, if you think that that's going to happen. Okay? All right.
It's always the royal cousin.
Possibly.
Mhm.
All right. So the others, guess what? You also make it to the same place. What a coincidence. All right.
Oh, brother.
Okay. So you guys finally make it.
Oh, we're just gonna be there silently invisible too.
All right. And this guy, this
I just the magic jack dog just goes up to Cedric. Hey Cedric, how's it going? He just looks around.
What the hell?
Let's see here if I can find.
You see me riding on his back for some strange and odd reason.
Oh, I do like the idea that when the invisibility fades, you guys are just going to be piggyback.
I got it. What do you call it? I gotta
Like a villain.
remember. I
While
gotta
barely hovering
not
across the ground.
give this away. All right. Okay. So this half orc is taking you guys now, right?
Yagra.
Yeah. I'm just adding her in real quick, by the way. I should actually swap these sprites around because the sprites look more like those characters instead. I put the wrong ones in. Would have been better. Because when I look at that other one, it does look like that dude, like very close to it. All right.
You can remember. You can swap them.
Yep. Okay. There we go. So yeah, this half orc takes you in as well. And she does the same thing. She lifts up that pendant this time. Okay, around her neck. And it opens it up. Okay. And so she's walking in. And you guys are following, I'm guessing.
Yep, definitely.
It's a neat pendant. Does everybody get one of those?
Oh. Not everybody. Usually we escort you in and out of here. And so the other agent looks over here and is like, "Hey, who are these, Yagra? New recruits. They're interested in the job. Isn't that right?" Talking to you guys.
Yeah. We're just adventurers looking for some good work.
Is that loud enough for us to hear?
You're not right in the same hallway just yet to hear that,
Yeah.
unless you're gonna go back, or are you just gonna keep eyes on this guy that has the poison?
I'm gonna keep eyes on the poison.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she's like, "All right. Huh. I should show you guys around then. I'm sure we got some jobs to offer you." Okay. He's like, "Come on. Look over here. This is our lounge area. This is where we have some games going. You ever played?" They're playing Three Dragons Ant right now.
Three dragon what?
Three Dragons Ant.
Yeah, there are 3 dragons that have an ant. You know?
Three dragons have an ant. Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't know if I have. How does it work?
Might have to show you sometime. Could be fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's looking over to Syndra's looking over to Yagra and is like, "Come here a moment, Yagra." And then they're whispering to each other right now. Okay. Do you have any means of being able to hear that? Any
Looking at spells. I could drop a silence so that nobody can talk. I don't think that's no.
No?
McGray has
No,
been
no,
sneaky
no.
in the past, but that's about all I can think of.
Okay. All right. So they're saying something to each other, and you see Sidra. You can roll insight at least if you want. You 3.
Read her body language.
Correct.
21.
No, she's a little angry at Yagra, and is looking back at you guys. Maybe she didn't want any new recruits right now.
Oh.
Oh no. Can I roll perception actually, just to see if I can overhear anything?
Yeah, you got big floppy ears. Why not?
She's not an elephant. She's an elf.
What about the bird?
Oh yeah, you do have the bird.
Acquiring, but
I'm assuming the bird's just sitting on her shoulder, right?
Yeah.
Got 21.
21. Yeah, so you can barely hear it, but you can kind of hear broken words. Like, Why did you bring them here? You know he said not to bring anybody right now. Right? So you can kind of hear stuff like that. I think something important might be happening soon.
Should McGray be like, is this about time? We can leave.
Did you say it out loud?
I think she's just gonna look uncomfortable, like...
No, we can say it. I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, both Cyclix and McGray are uncomfortable in this situation. It's all good.
And she walks on over and she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. You're already here, right? What I can do is I can see what kind of job are you looking for exactly?
Well, we're in an adventuring crew. We got a mix of skills.
Did anybody send you here?
No, we ran into Yagra last night. We just got into town. Trying to figure out where to go next.
And you can kind of see her, like, she like face palms a little bit. She's like, okay. Stay right here. If you want, you can sit around the lounge a little bit. And I'll be right back. Okay? So she is, like, heading up the stairs. Alright? And Yagra is just going to stand there. Because you think she might be in a little bit of trouble, maybe. Yeah. Let's go back over to the other two. What are you going to do? This guy, he is now, you see him, he's like taking the poisons a little bit. And you do see him kind of inserting it in some of the food.
Oh no.
Now is not the time to act. Now it's time to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not the beef jerky.
And
Potatoes.
the halfling is like, psst, not this one. And he's telling the other Zent guy. And the other Zent guy, he nods. Okay, so you notice that he put it in a soup. Okay? And specifically, that one soup. You think that all the other food is fine. That was cooked. Yep. Okay. Alright. So, this guy, he's leaving now. Alright.
How longer do we have on the invisibility?
That's a good question. It's probably going to end real soon, by the way.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep. Because it's only an hour, right? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Since it's ending in a minute. You did kind of walk through the streets and then through everything, so your concentration should be ending real soon.
He starts blasting.
What's around that I can hide behind?
Tables? In there. If that's what you're going
I
to
mean,
do.
we're invisible, so.
Or you can try to get out real quick. If you think it's going to end soon. Now, Don, you probably don't know when it's going to end. Drakthal would know. Because he's the one concentrating on it. And it's becoming very hard to concentrate on now, you've noticed. Okay. What are you going to do? This guy's walking out still.
Earth to Draxel. You still there?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I guess I'll. I guess I can follow that guy if you want to keep watch on the other dude.
Okay. Is that what you're doing? Don, are you gonna stay in there with that guy?
No. Did we see our party members passing by?
Since Drakthal is going back, you actually do see them. Right in the front. Drakthal does. You don't see him currently unless you go back.
There's no really good place to hide. I'm gonna follow Draxel. Table is not.
Okay. All right. So you two are going back this way. You see your friends. What are you gonna do?
I'm probably gonna whisper, "Ah, crap."
Okay. And you see this Zet guy wave his hand, and Yagra's like, "Hello, Regad." Regrad's like leaving out. He's like, "I'm heading back now." Okay, so you think that he specifically came there to drop those poisons off only. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going this way, and he's looking at you three because he saw you guys by the ship. All right. And he's like, "Hold up. What do you three do in here?"
Hello?
Yeah.
Do I know you?
I saw you all getting off that ship earlier. What brings you over here?
Looking for work. We met someone else at the bar last night. Said there was an opportunity for work and making some money.
I see. And you can roll insight on him right now. The three of you.
24 total on the insight.
He's playing it cool right now.
But he isn't.
He finds you
isn't very-
suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
I only got two.
Roderick would even signal McRae and Cyclix. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if
Yeah,
this is
McRae
a
got
bad time, like my
13.
friend was saying, if this is a bad time, we can come back some other time.
Who brought you here? And then Yagra said, "I did." And then he's looking back over to her. And he's like, I see. He's like, "All right. Enjoy yourselves then." Okay? And he is going up the stairs. Okay? As that happens. All right. So what are the two of you gonna do? Because your invisibility's ending.
We're gonna quickly go. I'm gonna try to quickly get behind everyone and act as if I was there the whole time.
Okay. Like over
Ditto.
here.
Really, same plan. I love it.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna do that.
Gotta go with the mega bluff. Got it.
All right.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit. If I have to do deception, I'll hit them in the face with some
Nope,
deception.
I'm doing the deception. -2. Carry this.
So,
Watch.
so you're standing
No.
right behind them. You're not going out the door.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna hit. We're gonna be right behind them as if we were there the whole time as a part of the group.
Pretend it's totally natural.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, the guy goes up the stairs, right? All right. So you peer behind him, and then Yagra notices that happens. Okay. It's like, wait a minute. Weren't there just 3 of you? Who are these 2 guys?
I'm gonna immediately hit him with the deception. I just got a 28.
Are you kidding me?
A 28 deception. What do you mean? We were here this whole time. Plus 10 deception on an 18 roll too.
Cedric scrambles to help. It's like we have contingency plans to be careful. You know, you saw the 5 of us last night, but you approach new situations. He pays to be careful. You know.
Smacks the back of his head shut.
I thought you said they were exploring town.
We were, and we caught up with you guys.
Yep.
We've literally been here this whole time. Have you literally not seen us?
And she kind of grunts a little bit.
And then I go
and crosses her arms.
You wouldn't even notice another of your own kind. And
Okay.
wow.
You get away with it, right? Because you rolled so high.
Boom.
All right. So you get away with it. Now, you 3 know, those 2 don't know, but you 3 know you're supposed to wait here, right? If you want, you can roll perception.
All 5 of us, or just
Yeah.
the 3 that were here before?
Yeah, if you want, all 5.
Well, 13. I perceive more than the 4.
14, I perceive just about as much as Dracthol does.
Yeah, so you can obviously smell the food, the 3 of you that you don't know. The other 2 know, but you guys can kind of smell it down the hallway. As if they're like cooking something, right? And you see different kind of like paintings and stuff. And you notice that something seems a little off with the place. You think that a lot of the stuff in the room is kind of like just moved in. Almost as if it originally wasn't this nice in the place, right? You think that originally this place might have been abandoned at one point, but now there's a lot of new material and new things in here. And it makes you wonder about the name Kalot, because it's Kalot Towers, right? Who is Kalot? You know, you might be asking yourself that question. Okay. All right. So what are you guys going to do? You're just going to hang around and wait for them?
I think that would be the polite thing to do after we just appeared randomly.
Okay.
Would it be suspicious if we all gathered in a corner to whisper to each other?
You could probably go in the lounge area where the other ones are, if you wanted. And just chill around.
Cedric tries to be very casual, like, hey, we should check out the bar over there.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So you're going to go...
Or like an
in
empty
there.
place spot in the lounge area.
Yep.
You can obviously go to the couches or whatever and chill out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all huddle up, arms around each other. Totally not suspicious.
All of you?
So suspicious.
No, he's being ironic.
No,
We're
we're
going-
gonna do a team victory chant.
We're going to or we're pretending
in.
we're normal.
It'll be even better. Imagine we appeared with with Dawn on piggyback 2 still, and I still pass that deception.
Okay. So
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were
I
here
was-
this whole time. Why are you carrying? No, no, we were here like this the whole time. No one asked. How could you miss that?
as
I was thinking to play it off as you guys were invisible next to us the whole time, as like a secret guard. You know, that was
you could have, yeah.
We could have.
But you already played it off, right?
that.
Mhm.
We made Yagra feel like we gaslighted Yagra real bad.
Okay.
And by we, I mean Drakthol. Drakthol gaslighted
Yes.
her.
Yeah, it was easy.
You had to roll
Like her
really
mom.
high for
Whoa.
that, and you pulled it off. So good job.
hmm
All right. So as you
What's
five are walking in together, right? You have those 3 Zent guys that are playing cards, and they're like, "Hey, look at these guys!" Like one of them's like a smart aleck, and he's like, "Look at the gear they're holding. They're like big time adventurers, like the Doom Raiders, huh?" Like, yeah, you see that? Are they gonna replace him? Can't stand that Yzmo guy. And you noticed the name Drakthol and Dunn. That the guy that you went into the shop must be one of the Doom Raiders that he's mentioning.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
Doom, as in like shooting video game, or Dune, as in.
Like the shooting video game Doom Raiders.
Got it.
All right. Are you gonna say anything to that?
I don't know what your deal is, but put your money where your mouth is. Are we gonna play?
Oh, you want to play with them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna join the squad?
No, perfect distraction.
Okay.
Exactly.
How much gold are you putting on the line?
I'm gonna be cheap. 1 gold.
1 gold piece? Ha! I'll wager 5.
Alright, I'll give you 5 at least. But no more. Let's see if you all are worth your salt.
All right. You have D10s, right? So I'm gonna roll D10. Roll your D10. I'm gonna roll mine.
Okay.
Oh God.
In the meantime, Cedric whispers to Drakthol kind of what they did in the last hour or so.
Okay.
In pictures, it's a 10.
You got a 10 exactly. You won. You got 5 gold out of them. What? You cheated, didn't you? How'd you roll so high and pull the best cards? Because you got a 10, right? Out of 10?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
did.
All right. So what are you doing, Drakthol? You're telling them about the whole poison thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna start whispering. By the way, guys, if you want to die real quick, there's gonna be food that's poisoned. So if you want to die, you can eat it, or you can just not eat it and live. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Furiously checking spells. Do I have remove poison ready today? No.
Hey, Drakthol, did you notice which food was a poison?
Ruff will handle that.
It was.
He will-
It was.
he
the,
will
s-
mention
it was
which
the
one.
soups. Okay.
Yes, it was the soups.
Okay.
What about cake? Is the cake safe?
Okay. So you notice that Sidra comes back with a man in what looks like a cloak. Okay. And he comes down. And this is after you told like everything, right? With like the food and stuff. All right. And let me see if I can find what this guy looks like. This is what he looks like.
Did we make any friends amongst the game players?
Okay. Again, amongst the game players? What do you
Oh, I
mean?
was just like, because we were just hanging around in the lounge. Did
Oh.
any of them stand out or introduce themselves or anything?
So you notice that it's kind of like, well, these are just normal like thugs, right? That you've noticed, and
That kind of
Street thugs.
yeah. So Don ended up winning one of the games versus them to get some of the gold. But yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
is he mad about it, or is he sad about it?
He's obviously a little mad, but he lost, right? He's not going to fight it.
All right. Glad we could still be friends.
Okay. Yeah, so Sidra comes down, right? And she comes with what looks like some kind of like man in a black robe, golden black robe. And you notice his hand. One of his hands looks like it's mechanical, right? Kind of like out of character or out of DM, Full Metal Alchemist or something like that. So his hand is mechanical, and he comes down and he says, "You all, hello. I see that you're interested in work here."
Yes, we are.
Hmm. You do know that you are in a Zentrum hideout, right?
I feel like it is.
He's being very blunt about it. And you're okay with doing the jobs that we have to offer?
There's like a Zentrum badge, right?
A badge? Oh, do you think
If I
you had
remember
one?
correctly.
Yeah, there is.
Some way. Yeah, I would think that Dom would have one.
Yeah, you can try to pull it out if you want. Be like, look, I used to do
Yeah.
work, and you can tell him where you used to do work at. If you want.
Yeah,
Okay.
from Beirut. I work for another part of the company.
Ah, I see. And then are you going to tell him about what you were doing, like in Thay, basically?
You know. Not too.
Okay, you're breaking up. Sound like a robot. I couldn't hear you.
I heard a no, I think, but I'm not.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Which one of you would be the leaders? Any of you would like to come up with me? Just one of you. I will give you the details.
Drakdal just groans and gets up and goes over there.
Okay. So you're gonna do that?
Yep.
All right. Ah, I see.
And I'm also going to point to Cedric to follow.
Only
He did say
one
just one.
with me. And he puts his hand up, like kind of like stop.
He is for protection in case you try anything.
This is a Zentrum hideout, friend. You do know that you are surrounded. I wouldn't try anything. Come. We'd have a job to offer you.
All right.
Cedric cast guidance on
Right.
Drexel. Good luck. Take this
All right.
1d4.
Plus,
Take this 1d4 with you.
you want this plus 10 intimidation with the guidance? Because I think I can probably clear anything at that point.
Situational stuff. We're in their house.
We've killed a lot more people than this. I still have the skin of one of the people who pissed me off in my bag right now.
Are you telling him that?
Ah, forgot about that.
Are you gonna take the skin out and show it?
You know what? Why not? With
No,
the
please
plus 10
don't.
intimidation. Oh my god, dude, I just got a 29 intimidation.
Okay. Now, it's very interesting because you found it very intimidating, but he's just still looking smiling the same that he did before. And he looks at the skin that you pulled out. Is it that
Abishai.
yeah. He immediately says, "Oh, you've slain an Abishai before. Quite fascinating.
Many.
Ah, you will be great for the job then."
Mm-hmm.
And he smiles, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just so we're clear,
It's concerning.
I can take more than just this with me. And then I just nod to Cedric and follow him.
Okay. So you want Cedric to go with you and leave the others here.
He can no, I'm just gonna let him stay behind. It was just more of a just to show everyone there, not to even try, because I will kill everyone there.
Okay. He likes that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
That you're showing that kind of like prowess, right? Okay, so you're gonna follow him upstairs then?
Yep.
Okay. And you notice that Sidra is staying down here, right? So you're just following this one guy. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you go upstairs. All right. And let me see real quick. He is moving. He's walking across the hall, and when you notice, you see a long hallway here. There's like beds, and you see two big chests. Okay, over here, and then you also see a statue. To your right side, as you're coming through here, that kind of looks like a wizard of some kind, right? With holding the staff, and there's this big metal door that is blocking. You can't see through it. It's just a metal door that's right next to you. Okay, that's at the top side, and he is walking more to the left. And if you want, you notice that these bed sheets and the what's in the hall, you see the symbol of the Zentrum everywhere. Okay. And you're pretty familiar with this symbol because you've seen it quite a bit recently already through your travels. Okay. And he's still walking this way, and he's not saying anything. He's just walking. Okay. Are you still following?
Yep.
Okay. And then he's walking over into another room. Okay. And there's a door to the left, and then there's a metal door to the north. And you can see, as you're walking, there's another half-orc. You notice that there's quite a bit of orcs, or half-orcs, that are recruits of the Zentrum. You know, and you might find that interesting since you were a half-orc. And you
Yep.
see other Zentrum agents here. And at the bottom of these halls, you see these giant glass windows, okay, that kind of like lead outside, right, of the tower. And he's coming up here.
I think Draco would say you have a lot of my people here. I've noticed.
Okay. And he's like, yes, they tend to get the job done. You'll
That
have
is very true.
You'll have a lot of strength in you. Because he's familiar with how they can kind of like drop dead and pop back up. You know the ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
I
here.
guess we were just born with the power to face adversity.
And so he walks over, and it's weird, but this door, it just automatically opens when he walks near it. And it's a metal door, okay? And, are you going to follow him in?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And there's this, when you walk into the door, okay, you notice that there's a lot of books on the side of the walls. Kind of like, as if a wizard would study in there, right? And he's like, oh, welcome to my, the place that I like to hang out with the most, right? And you would think that he's a wizard of some kind. Because he likes to study, right? That's what wizards do. So you see scrolls everywhere. You see these books on the shelves, and you see this this stone in the middle of the room that is resonating. And if you want, you can roll perception on it.
Let's see. Just a 7.
Okay, so you don't know what it does, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the door shuts, okay? And he's like, okay, we are out of ears of everybody. So tell me, why are you really here? You can see the suspicion on his face.
For a job.
For a job, okay?
Which is a honest answer.
Roll deception.
Oh. Alright.
Are you really there for the job? Are you there for a different job?
Alright. Here.
Walks in the room with creepy black couch. Okay. All right, what's up? What are you trying to show me?
Not 20. Not 20.
Okay. So, you say the job, huh? And you can see him kind of like cock his eyes a little bit, and he's like, you know, one of my agents said you got off that ship, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ah, so you at least know that much. What were you doing on the ship?
Like I was saying, we're looking for jobs. And the main reason why is we're actually looking for help in order to contact one of our friends that was casted to the cosmos.
Ah, so one of your friends, got casted
Actually, a
into
couple
planar
of
travel.
Mm-hmm.
I see. And he's looking at you, and he can tell you're telling the truth. By the way, when you're saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, when let's go back to the others now, as you guys were talking about that. Okay. If you want, you guys have been around the room for a while. Is there anything that you're looking at in that room? For the four of you?
Is Sidra like standing there standing guard over us?
She's kind of like leaning against the wall there in that area. And that is not a walled off area. It's kind of like a partial wall, right? So her head is kind of like exposed to the open area, basically.
Right.
Yeah, so you can kind of see above it when you're walking.
Right. What kind of gear does she have on? She look like a fighter, or
Yeah, she looks like a fighter of some kind. Because she's got like knight armor on, it looks like. Obviously with the Zentrum look. The darker colored look. Now in the room you see different kind of like portraits and symbols. You do see like the Zentrum symbol around as well, right? And if you want, right, you can roll perception while you're in here as you're looking at like all them different kind of photos.
yeah. Can we? Can I walk? If there's a bunch of portraits, are they like their labels and stuff on them? Can I wander around the room and just kind of look at the different portraits?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perception
And
Well,
what about the others? Are the others looking around too? Or are you just chilling? Okay. Anybody else?
Just chilling.
Okay. So, a particular portrait catches your eye. Okay. And this particular portrait, when you're looking at it, this is what you see. Okay. And obviously, a lot of this stuff is new in here. All right. And you see 4 figures standing together. And you think that maybe these are the leadership of the Zentrum. Okay. And that's what the portrait looks like. And if you want, what did you roll for perception? 18?
18.
Okay. When you're looking really close, like at this photo, all right, you notice that the third guy has the metal hand on there. And
Does the face look the same as the man we met downstairs?
it's kind of secluded, but you think it might be the same person. And maybe someone in your party might know who these people are. Just maybe.
Yeah. He kind of, Cedric kind of motions to Dawn. Like,
Okay.
do you know these folks? Have you heard of? Do you recognize any of them?
I'm thinking since I rolled an 11, I don't know who these people are, / they're a little further down the region.
No, a 10 or higher is normal, and you have the background, right? So you know.
I do.
You know one person, okay? Which is the person on the very left side. So the guy with like the mustache. And you notice him because he has had such a strong influence over on the other side of the continent. He has been known to communicate with the Thayans often as well. And he is the true leader of the Zentrum that everybody knows at the moment, which is... his name is... Fazul Chamberry. Okay? Anybody who is a Zent agent would know him, more than likely, because he is the leader. And you think that the others are also some sort of leaders as well, but maybe not the direct head. of the Zentrum, right? So you know that much. There's actually a pretty cool photo of him, an old one. I'll bring that
Just
up.
a little bit out of character. Is he like a public-facing kind of person that other people?
Yes. Yeah, he's a very public-facing person. He's like the leader. Okay.
Got it.
He looks like that. Pretty metal.
Okay.
Okay. So you know who he is.
I was really hoping you were gonna say that it was the dude that we were looking for, but it's fine.
No,
Don't believe that
you think that the dude in one of the photos though was the guy, the third guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the metal hand. Okay.
Could
Alright.
be either of those two. So, you ever heard any stories about the one in the red or the dude in the giant armor?
You
This is
can
Cedric.
roll history if you want.
Yeah.
Can I guidance Dawn? Give him a little 1d4 extra.
Sure.
Think hard.
What?
Think.
Roll twice.
Okay. Ah, damn it. Okay, one stuck on the corner. 7.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't know, right?
They're a secretive bunch. It's not.
Wait, I thought you said roll twice.
You can roll one more time. Go ahead. Maybe you know one of them.
Okay. Well, now I have a 10.
Okay, you still don't know. All right.
It's fair.
Is the raven still with us?
Yeah, it's on your shoulder the entire time. Why? Did you want to try to get him to do something?
No, is he looking at anything?
He's
Is there anything the
just
raven's
chilling.
interested in?
Maybe like squinting his eyes every once in a while. Looking around.
Hmm.
Okay.
And is anybody eating the food, or are they just preparing the food for an event?
They're preparing it at the moment. Why are you hungry?
No, I want to feed the bird if he's hungry.
She wants some soup.
Okay.
All that soup.
All right. Let's go. So now, does that set you off any? If you found out that that guy had that metal hand just like the other one, does it bother you, Cedric?
No, I don't think
it's
it
fine?
bothers us. It's a clue. It's very interesting.
All right.
It is also pretty dangerous that someone so high up in there is here, but
By the way, are you guys still good on time?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Okay. So I know there's a little bit of a time difference, so. All right. So, yeah, back over to you, Drakthal. So, he knows you're telling the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay. But here's the thing, right? That ship you got off, there's something on that ship that I need. You think you can get it for me?
Dracula is just gonna go and say, is it gonna be on this hidden submarine part?
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a hidden submarine, you say? Ah, quite fascinating.
Dracula nods.
Can you tell me more?
From what we saw, we only saw 2 rooms before we left before anyone could spot us. There was one room that has a bunch of trinkets he probably uses to enchant people, and a chest with spiders, and there was a drow praying to a spider statue or something.
Ah. So my agents were right. They did see drow going onto the ship. Quite fascinating. You see, there's this drow on the ship, and he has an item that I need. It is
What
called
kind of item? Is it a ring or
it is called the Stone of Galore,
stone of galore?
and I need that stone.
Hmm.
Now, you mentioned that you need your friends back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Here's what I can offer you. You get me that stone, I will give you 2,000 gold pieces. And I will give you a gate scroll. You can easily call one of your friends back, provided they're not in danger.
That sounds like a very good deal, actually.
Hmm.
All right. So you said, do you know which drow has the stone?
We do not know. We think it's on the ship somewhere, and we do know that there are drow that have been seen going on the ship at nights. We've been paying very close attention to that ship.
You're sure that that stone went on that ship, and if we don't find it,
You're not here, Dawn. Remember?
Well, I don't care how you find it, as long as I get it.
All right. Judging from what we've seen on that ship, it's most likely to be hidden on its submarine because every other part of it wouldn't be a good place to hide it. It'd be too open. Okay.
Okay.
I can definitely try to get that for you. Honestly, the only thing I really care about is trying to get at least one of my friends back after they got thrown to the cosmos. So.
Ah. Well, then you have my thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Let this be an
All right.
introduction to the Zentrum, then.
All right. Do you want a handshake?
Do you want to shake his hand?
No, like, is that something they do or no? That's what Drakdal is asking because he doesn't know.
Yeah. You can shake hands if you think that it's like a legal binding kind of thing. It might make him look at you a little bit, more in a positive light, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
Then at least I'm gonna do that.
All right. So you do that. And you walk on out then, right? Okay. All right. He is, I guess, escorting you out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, you go back downstairs. Okay. And, yeah. He looks over at you all, right? I'm assuming you're meeting up with your friends. He's like, it looks like we have a deal. I will see you all here soon then. And best of luck in finding the item that I need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, yeah, he's now walking back away. Okay. And then he goes up the stairs, you notice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you going to do now? You going to tell your friends what happened?
Yep. Just explain that the job is to steal the stone from the pirates, and we would get 2,000 gold pieces and a gate scroll in return.
Hmm. That means you can get one of your friends back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any idea what this item looks like? Or
It's some sort of stone. And if my hunch is right, which it probably is, considering how the ship was made, it's got to be in the submarine portion.
Okay. Now keep in mind, you didn't get any information or any kind of like evidence out of here of this supposed Manchun guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're gonna try to sneak around a little bit, or are you just gonna exit out and go back to the ship?
I am not going to try to sneak around, but anyone else can if they want to, because I feel like it'd be more suspicious if I do it.
We don't want to see what event is about to go on.
Yeah, we can hang out for the see what
Mm-hmm.
happens to the food and stuff. I'm kind of curious.
Yep, same.
Food, drank, free stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe Cedric says to Sidra, "Hey, since we're all friends now, is there anywhere we could stay tonight here?" Or
Because it is
sorry.
nighttime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, hmm. You could probably stay upstairs. I know that the quarter on the right side, the quarters right upstairs are unoccupied at the moment. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this painting over here, really interesting. I think I recognize your leader. Who are the other three in the picture?
Hmm. Even I don't know that. And you can roll insight on that if you want.
Sure. Feel suspicious you wouldn't acknowledge, or yeah, we'll see. 20 total.
20. So you think she knows, she's just kind of withholding a little bit of information.
Yeah.
Because you're
it's
new.
Suspicious that you would pretend and not know the leader.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, maybe Cedric maybe even says that's odd. You don't even recognize Fazul Jamberry?
Oh yes, I do recognize him. He is very charismatic, our leader. So she acknowledges him, right?
Yeah. What is your leader's name? And he points at the robed, the guy with the metal arm.
And she stops for a moment. You notice that she kind of like stuttered for a second. I can't say.
Can I get a read on if it's like sort of a magical thing that she can't say, or if it's just a personal decision she's making, a professional decision she's making?
It's like a professional decision.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like cursed. She says his name, she'll turn to stone or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could always use your little crystal balls and stuff. If you have those.
Maybe try it later. Wait, we don't have those, do we?
Yeah.
Who does?
I think someone else is using it because who grabbed it when Destina wasn't around? If you remember.
Yeah.
Someone grabbed it.
I think Dawn might have had it or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Dawn did have it, I think. Crystal ball.
We could
thingy.
try and be sneaky with it later, potentially. It could work.
Mm-hmm. Or if you have like detect thoughts or something like that, you can maybe find out more information when they're doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
I had it.
Someone had
maybe
it.
not. Maybe
I
Dractyl
don't.
grabbed it. Dractyl's good about collecting all the odds and ends and bibs and bobs.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure you look in your write the stuff down if you have it.
Mm. Is there anything you guys want to do here and before turning in for the night? Upstairs before. Oh wait, no, we still want to hang around until to see what happens with the food. So I guess we kind of just continue to hang out with the street thugs, play some games, idle chat, waiting for the food the poisoned food to go out or whatever.
Okay.
I was just about to say, is it just a rush here right now?
Okay. So what ends up happening is you wait around, right? It takes probably about an hour. Okay, so if you wanted to do a short rest, you could. And
All right,
you
awesome.
see a crowd of people kind of like walk in. Not a very big crowd, but it's like 5 or 6 knights, and they look like the Watch, like the Waterdeep Watch, which is odd, right? Because this is like a Zent spot. So you see them walking in, and you see an individual that almost looks kind of like some kind of like noble in their family, okay? And they're walking with the watch, basically, and they're marching down the hall, okay? And they're actually kind of going to that room where the food is. So what are you gonna do?
Kalot.
That's
You're just
I'm
gonna
attracted.
you're gonna try to follow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Sidra, she notices you try to follow, and she's like, I wouldn't follow that way. That food is not for us.
Mm. Why is that?
Well, let's just say it's a little secret.
Mm.
Okay.
All right, I'll mind my own business. Walks away.
Okay. What about you guys? Are you gonna try to sneak in there somehow? Without them noticing?
well, I think Cyclix is maybe asleep.
Okay, Cyclix is asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You are awake.
Okay. So we'll try to wrap up then. All right. So yeah. What are you gonna do? You're gonna try to follow?
I'll probably do whatever. What's her name? Sindra
Mm-hmm.
is doing.
She's kind of like
So
just
what about
standing
her?
there guarding.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just hang out in place then.
It's like that's basically kind of like her job is to hang out in this hallway and make sure things are running smoothly. Okay.
But there's about
Can I
to
ask
be
her? Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I ask her if there's anything for the bird to eat?
Okay. And she's like, she kind of like sighs a little bit. I can go get something.
Thank you.
Okay. So she's going. All right. Are you guys gonna try to do anything as she's doing that?
Nope, I'm just gonna hang out and scratch the bird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You scratch the bird. She comes back, and she brings back like a plate of food, right?
Oh my goodness, a whole plate of food.
And she's giving it to all of you. All right. So what are you gonna do now?
I'm just gonna feed the bird the food and see what he wants.
Okay. Are you somewhat suspicious, Don, of the food, Drakthal?
Y- yes. Dot immediately kind of grabs her bowl like she's super fucking thirsty hungry and like drinks some of it, or rather puts it in her mouth and then spits it right out. This is disgusting, and throws it all on the floor.
Are you trying to roll this? Are you trying to deceive them? You can roll deception if you want.
Yep.
What does the
Go
bird?
ahead.
What does the bird do?
Alright. 12.
12. She's like, there's nothing wrong with the food. And she's like, look, okay, this food's okay if you are suspicious of it. Well, as for the family that walked in, maybe not so much. Okay. So you see that.
What does the bird? What does the bird decide he wants to eat?
He starts eating like the little fruit grapes and stuff.
Bed.
Okay.
Perfect.
So she kind of gave a hint as to what's going on in that room. Right.
And that's kind of why I'm giving the hint to the rest of the crew that they shouldn't eat anything and pretend to go to bed.
Well, I mean, when you were gambling, Dracula told all of us, so we're aware.
Okay.
The soup was poisoned.
All right. So what are you going to do now? Are you going to just let time pass?
Is the
I-
bird finished eating?
Bird's finished eating. He's very chunky and happy right now.
Chunky bird.
And he does these little sidewalks. Like kind of like walks to the side, back and forth. Ruffles his feathers a little bit.
He's the bestest bird.
And then he kind of like shrugs his shoulder with his head going upside down over and over again. Okay.
Cute.
All right. So, all of a sudden, you know, some more time passes, and you hear shuffles coming down the hallway, right? And you see the guards, right, walking out. But as the guards are walking out, they're holding body bags. Okay. And you're a little confused by that, because why would the guards try to like poison this family, right? And then walk out? And you see Sidra looking to the side, and she's like, looks like that job's done. So immediately you're under the suspicion that the guards were actually hidden Zentrum agents that brought in a nobles in here.
Or they're corrupt guards. I mean,
One or the
it
other.
would be either.
The one or the other, yep. Yep. So you can kind of see, like, is Cedric even, or is Cyclix even paying attention to those events? Because they're pretty, like, not good events. Yeah. Or is he sleeping?
Yes, he's snoring, but he jostles awake every time I try to let you guys hear.
Okay. So maybe he just doesn't notice, or he notices, right? Just depends, right? Um,
We'll find out on the next episode.
yeah.
From Dragon Ball Z.
So are you guys just gonna stay here for the night? I'm guessing.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we're in safe hands.
Okay. So you notice there's a little bit of things happening here that are a bit odd, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Uh,
obviously it was in a force fielded place, and there's a lot of shady business going on. Yeah. So there's something to keep in mind with this place. Okay. All right. So you guys will be upstairs. Obviously, they have these rooms.
Sweet.
Okay. And I'll let you guys check those things out next time. Okay.
Very nice, cushy rooms.
Yep. All right.
Does anyone even want to do some late night sneakage?
All right. Do
If
like
you guys want to, Drakdal will be meditating in his room.
Same. Just praying by the bed.
that. Okay. All right. Continuing.
Is there a rug on the floor?
A book?
A
A
rug.
rug.
A
But Gray
rug?
is more
Yes.
comfortable sleeping on the. Yeah.
There's this giant red rug. Are you gonna be sleeping on the rug?
Maybe it. Yeah.
All right. Where do you want to sleep on the rug?
Directly in front of the door, so it smacks her when it opens.
Let's find a good spot. Is there like a corner?
There's a window right next to a chest. There is, and then the rug leads all the way up to this front area.
Mm, maybe near the first bed on the right.
So the bottom one or the top one?
Bottom.
Bottom. Okay. It's right over here.
Yeah.
You guys feeling comfortable like that? Oh, it looks like there's an instrument on one of them. Okay.
Oh.
So we'll leave it like that then for next time, okay?